Come on, little girl. Where you going? Rocket. Yes. Those are Cheetos. Do you like those? You don't? No, she doesn't want. Okay. So she's still kind of doing this not really interested in eating thing. I don't know what happened. She was taking snacks for me and doing really well, and she decided that she doesn't like them again. So maybe something to explore where I can just have her meals, and she doesn't eat at home. She only eats with me. So I might send you a link to like existential feeding, which kind of goes over that more in depth. It's not starving her out or anything like that. It's more so showing her that if she wants to eat, it comes from me, and I can offer her throughout the day, but it's not going to happen in the magic food bowls in the morning and the evening. So since she's not been taking treats, I don't want to just not work with her, obviously, since she's with me. And if she's slower to start wanting to do stuff with me, it's fine. I can just add time on the end, so don't worry about it if like we're not really accomplishing a lot right now. I want to work on her pace and when she's ready. If I force her too much or put too much pressure on her, that's going to taint our relationship a little bit. So what I've been doing with her is just kind of moving around with her and helping her understand leash pressure since she is a puller. I want to show her that when she moves towards the source of the tension, it makes it go away. So I'm really making it a point to help her understand that that pressure is not going away until she moves back into me, because I don't want to reinforce the pulling by letting her drag me along, basically. So what I'm letting her, like right now, she's pulling ahead. When she turns towards that pressure and moves back towards me, I kind of lay on the positive reinforcement and the girl, the cheerleading and all of that stuff. Normally I would do a mark and reward, but she's not taking food from me. So I offer to her here and there, but for sake of video, I'm just gonna do the girl kind of cheerleading stuff. So that's one thing that we're doing. I'm mostly encouraging that in the training room where I know that she's not going to be so conflicted. When we're outside, like right now, we're just kind of going back and forth between the buildings. A lot of the same stuff where I'm gonna move like this with her and let her follow me, and I want her getting in that habit of me leading and her following me. So I tend to just turn and face them because it's much easier for her to look at me and move in with me than me kind of like hold her back like this, and if we're walking and I'm kind of stopping her. What I notice with a lot of dogs, if they're conflicted up front, then there tends to be a little bit of opposition reflex where she's digging in more than she would if I would run her, if that makes sense. We've been doing a lot of crate stuff where when it's not her time to be outside, I have her in you can't see, but it's right over there. She has a crate in the training room with me. So she's hanging out in there while I bring other dogs in and out of the room. Initially, she was very vocal, as we already know, but she's learned that her vocalizations, they don't really have an effect on anything. I come and I go, and I don't always have interactions while she's in there. And I'm giving that, okay, that release word when I'm opening the door and letting her come out. So I'm basically I want her to understand that going into the crate, it's a behavior, and the only thing that's letting her out is my release word. Nope, good. And I want to be pretty physical with her and less verbal because she's not 100% there as far as knowing what my words mean, because we have that limitation with wanting to take food. So like when she's right now, she's getting a little bit whiny. I think she's just ready to go outside. So I'm just going to stop that with a leash, to help de-escalate her arousal. I want to interrupt that arousal. Nope, good. And if I start like blah 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 saying all the words at her, that might just fuel the situation. I think she's really going to need to understand a lot of physical stuff because she is, from what the notes say, conflicted with like being reached towards or being pushed away and things like that. There's a lot of like conflict with that physical stuff. So I want to use a leash so I'm not putting myself into a position where she feels like I'm invading her space and being rough or anything like that. I'm going to use that leash just to kind of communicate with her a little bit. We are going to be working on an out so that we also have a verbal word that helps her understand the concept of this is my space, move away from it. This is my resource or whatever. So like the couch, the sofa, food, anything like that, we have a word that says leave this alone. And that out command is going to mean leave my space alone, so jumping up, crowding, climbing on all of those things. It's going to mean move away from me. It's going to mean get off the couch, whatever the resources that she is trying to be in possession of. I want her to have a verbal cue that says leave this alone. Again, so nope, good. So we're not so needing to be so hands-on and getting bit and things like that. For right now, what I recommend is letting her drag like just a simple, like a cheap old leash from the dollar store. So a leash from the dollar store, whatever, something cheap, so that if she gnaws on it at all, we're not needing to replace expensive leashes. So what I recommend is she's dragging that around. Every time she goes to get up on the couch, we have that leash to grab where we can say out and move her out. So we can say out and kind of guide her away from that. So again, we're not like reaching towards her. She just seems to have, and it could very well so be me because she's not comfortable with me yet. There's a lot of conflict with like reaching towards her. She's getting more comfortable because we did a little bit of counter conditioning about the last couple of days. So that might be why she's getting nippy and things like that. She's very unsure of things reaching at her quickly. Again, that might not be a picture that you see. I'm just putting that out there. Leash often helps communicate in a physical sense where we're not being so invasive with her actual personal space. But yeah. I hope all that makes sense. This isn't quite the final week video that I had intended. I want it to be much more like demonstrating type things, but she's not ready for that, at least not these past 2 days. I don't really know what happened. She liked my treats, now she doesn't like my treats, whatever. Let's see if she'll take some of these hot dogs again. Rocket, yes. Good girl, yeah, you did it. So, okay, well, never mind, she's taking it. So, what the picture of teaching the out will look like is out. Giving that muscle memory of she hears out and she moves backwards. You like to Cheerio now? So, hi, yes. Very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna step into her space, out, and move her backwards. I'm just gonna keep repeating that. Out. Until she just gets into the habit of she hears out, she moves backwards. So that'll initially be outing away from us. Out. I got that. And then I will transfer that over to objects like the couch, her bed, things like that, so that she can understand what exactly it is that we're asking. That yes marker, yes, is just pairing. It's going to be marking a moment in time that I like something that she does, and for her, that's going to announce the arrival of a reinforcement. Yes. She's over in the food already. So at home, anytime you go to give her anything, just say the word yes, brief pause, and then go to give her the thing. So it's not going to be yes, and you put the food bowl down. It's going to be yes, grab the food bowl, put it down, if that's how you feed her. If you go to give her a treat, yes, then reach in and grab it, and then offer it to her. She doesn't want any more of my food. She's over it. We had a short window. All right, I feel like that was all over the place. So let me know if you have any questions. It's Friday, so my brain is shutting down for the week. All right.